The Mummy is a 2017 action-adventure horror film directed by Alex Kurtzman. It is the first installment in Universal Pictures' planned Dark Universe franchise. The movie stars Tom Cruise as the main character, Nick Morton. Here's the full story. The film opens with a prologue set in ancient Egypt, where Princess Ahmanet, Sofia Boutella, is set to inherit the throne. However, when her father has a male heir, she makes a pact with the god Set and murders her family before she can complete her ritual to bring Set into a human body. She is captured, mummified alive, and buried far away from Egypt to prevent her resurrection. The story then shifts to the modern day, where we meet Nick Morton, a soldier of fortune who, along with his friend Chris Vail, Jake Johnson, is working in Iraq. They stumble upon the tomb of Ahmanet while trying to escape insurgents. Jenny Halsey, Annabelle Wallis, an archaeologist and former lover of Nick's, arrives to investigate the site. The sarcophagus containing Ahmanet's mummified remains is airlifted to England. On the plane, strange occurrences begin to happen, and Chris starts to go mad, believing that he has been cursed by Ahmanet. The plane crashes, killing everyone on board except for Nick, who mysteriously survives without a scratch. It's revealed that Nick has been chosen by Ahmanet as the vessel for the god Set. Ahmanet awakens and begins wreaking havoc, using her supernatural powers to resurrect the dead and create chaos in London. Jenny and Nick, with the help of Dr. Henry Jekyll, Russell Crowe, who runs a secret organization known as Prodigium, try to stop Ahmanet. Jekyll explains that Prodigium's mission is to identify, track, and contain supernatural threats. He reveals that he has a hidden agenda. He also carries within him the personality of Edward Hyde, and he must use a serum to keep Hyde at bay. Jekyll believes that Nick can help stop Ahmanet and prevent Set's resurrection. As the story unfolds, Nick and Jenny embark on a quest to find a special dagger with a jewel called the Dagger of Set that can kill Ahmanet and release Set from Nick's body. They retrieve the dagger from a church in the middle of a supernatural sandstorm caused by Ahmanet. In a climactic battle, Nick and Ahmanet confront each other. Nick is able to stab himself with the Dagger of Set, transferring Set's consciousness from him back to the dagger. This act incapacitates Ahmanet, and she is taken into Prodigium's custody. In the end, Nick decides not to kill Ahmanet and instead releases Set into himself, becoming the new vessel for the god. This sets up the possibility of further adventures in the Dark Universe franchise. The Mummy received mixed to negative reviews from critics, with criticism directed at its plot, pacing, and attempts to set up a shared cinematic universe. Despite the mixed reception, Universal Pictures continued to develop its Dark Universe, although subsequent entries in the franchise have been reevaluated and reshaped. Let's see some additional information related to this movie. Dark Universe. The Mummy was intended to be the first installment in Universal Pictures' Dark Universe franchise, a shared cinematic universe featuring classic Universal monsters like Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman. The plan was to create a series of interconnected films with these iconic characters. However, the franchise faced challenges and setbacks after The Mummy received mixed reviews and did not perform as expected at the box office. Cast and characters. Tom Cruise as Nick Morton, the film's protagonist and a soldier of fortune who becomes the vessel for the god Set. Sofia Boutella as Princess Ahmanet, the titular mummy who seeks to resurrect the god Set and regain her power. Annabelle Wallis as Jenny Halsey, an archaeologist and Nick's former lover who is involved in the mission to stop Ahmanet. Russell Crowe as Dr. Henry Jekyll, the head of Prodigium, an organization dedicated to monitoring supernatural threats. He also has a hidden dark side as Edward Hyde. Box office and reception. The Mummy received generally negative reviews from critics, with criticism directed at its plot, pacing, and characterization. However, it did manage to perform moderately well at the global box office, earning over $400 million worldwide. Despite its financial success, the film's mixed critical reception and the uncertainty surrounding the Dark Universe franchise led to a revaluation of future projects in the series. Future of the Dark Universe. Following the release of The Mummy, Universal Pictures decided to reevaluate its approach to the Dark Universe. Several films that were initially announced as part of the franchise were put on hold or redeveloped. Universal sought to focus on individual films rather than forcing a shared universe, and some of their classic monster projects were reconsidered. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to watch and enjoy fantastic TV shows and movie recap videos.
You did this for me.
I want to hurt you. I never evil never rests, and it will call to him.
He used his power to stop Ahmanet. You know more than